Have you heard of Sexy Red?
Yes.
You like that transition?
Yes. By way of my vomit, yes, I have.
I actually don't know much about her, but
I did research, so
you did research. Oh, good. So this young lady has a problem with Sexy Red, and I want us to react to what she said.
Otherwise, the Sexy Red is not an industry plant that was put here to help finalize the destroying of the black woman image. They was already had us under attack, and she was here to just finalize the process. The way they trying to force her on us is just crazy. I wanted to go see Drake, but once I found out Drake had her opening for him, absolutely not. Absolutely not am I going to support anything that thing is behind. I'm not supporting it. This is the reason why it's time to separate. It's time to separate as black women. Because ain't no way I'm about to be associated with that and Suki Stankiana. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I don't care how you feel. I don't care how you feel. At this point, separation has to happen. It's one thing to make trashy music. That is a different level of trash. That's a different level of trash. Kaya's My Neck, My Back, it was bad.
It was.
Trina and Trick Daddy's, You Know Nan, it was bad.
Yeah.
But that's a different level of dirty stank music, right? It's just a different level. It ain't never been that bad. There is lyrically nothing that this woman is saying. She's just saying a bunch of vulgar, disgusting, nasty stuff. It's not even music, right? And this is why I know that she's an industry plant. It is not music at this point. It's just it's just seeing how much nasty, vulgar stuff she can come up with out of her mouth, and how disgusting and distasteful she could present herself in public to help destroy the black woman image. Trying to portray it as if we all Pookeishas. And if you don't think that this is successful, just look at what hip hop and stuff did to black men and how it had people stereotyping black men as criminals and thugs, right? Even to this day, black men are still fighting to get away from that stereotype. But as of now, black women are under attack. Because this Pookeisha image that's being pushed is what they trying to define us by. You ain't gonna define me by that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. If they want to be ratchet, stank, ghetto, promote that, do you, right? And the sector of girls who fall under that category and that aesthetic, have fun with it. I don't want no parts. And the other halfway decent women don't want no parts of it either. Like this whole narrative that's being pushed that all black women are so hypersexual because every time you cut on your radio, every time you cut on your TV, all is these over hypersexual black women. That is bad. That is bad. And y'all don't understand what that can lead to. The same way promoting thugs and criminals hurt black men because it led to a stereotype of making people believe that all black men were that, is the same way this will hurt black women and making people believe that we are all over hypersexual, right? And you don't even see the bigger picture, but it's very much problematic. No other community uplifts the worst of their community. You will never see non-black women uplift trailer park trash and allow women who trailer park trash to be the face of them. You'll never let them see them tarnish their image that way, right? But not us. Not us. We'll let Pookeisha get the limelight. We'll support it. We'll get behind it. We'll sing the trash music. We'll stream the trash music. We'll repost the trash music. We think it's funny. We think it's funny until you see the results that come from it. When you see the trickle-down effect of what comes from promoting that image of the person, of the people that you are. I'm not behind it. I don't support it. I don't respect it.
Shout out to Pookeisha though, like man, she went in on Pookeisha.
She did all that without notes.
Combination.
So, all right, couple questions. So first of all, since Jeremiah isn't here, I'm using her as our conspiracy J of the day. So this is a conspiracy J. Is Sexy Red an industry plant sent to make black women look bad? That's essentially her conspiracy.
She definitely should be. If she's not, she's you know what, I was talking to Jeremiah about this with Doja Cat last week, like which generation of women or mothers dropped the ball? Because the very first video I came to from Sexy Red was like just it popped up in YouTube, you know. The first thing I saw was, wow, they have come to the point where they have brought the strip club imagery that guys used to promote in their songs, like Uncle Luke and you know, whatever. They brought this to their own videos, and I'm like, how?
But that's been happening.
It has, but it doesn't make sense to me. Like that's the part where I'm like,
because it works. We talked.
Well, the issue is though, that says to me that there's no level of respect you need to show me.
Of course not.
In this situation. So, yeah, it definitely has to be an industry plant because that is not the reality of the way our women are. And it made me hurt as a father of 3 young ladies because I'm like, I wonder how the father of that young lady feels in this situation. Like, is he gone? Is he around? Maybe he wasn't around or whatever. But to me, it's like you just can't see that. You just can't imagine. You can't be okay with your child doing that, no matter what age they are, no matter how far away they've strayed from what you taught them. You cannot be okay with that. You just can't.
So a lot of people I saw in the chat were like, "Who's Sexy Red?" I was gonna read some lyrics for you to kind of catch you up, but I literally can't.
Yeah.
Every single line has something I can't say on here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's bad. It's bad. And I haven't heard her. I saw like 2 seconds of the award show where she was talking about what color of her body parts.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Oh, wow. And see, here's the thing, though. We know that in hip hop culture, women have come from being strippers, right? Eve,
Cardi
B, and Trina. But even though they came from that, they kind of like left that to the way they made their money at one time. Not all of them, but I know like Eve has evolved from that. I would say she definitely has evolved from that because she came out as an artist, did really
like
well, got a television show, right? She married a billionaire. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Here's where y'all are losing me a little bit. This idea that everything was hunky-dory before Sexy Red. And
no, it wasn't.
not,
But like
right.
what she said, the Trina thing was bad.
But she's saying it like it was bad, but not as bad as this. It's
it was bad, but it was almost like,
listen, nothing new
is not
underneath
as
the
bad
sun.
as this.
It was Lil' Kim, then Lil' Kim to, you could say Trina to Nicki Minaj to Cardi B to Megan to now Sexy Red. I mean,
between
you got
Megan, you got Big
mild
Lotto in there.
to like spicy hot. Like they're literally making it worse and worse and worse.
Yeah,
And it's only gonna get worse.
Yeah, I mean,
so my point is just the separation of that was bad, but to me, I'm like, what level of this are you okay with? Like, it's all been bad. It's all been bad a long time ago. And here's my other thing with the young lady. I don't know if this is a class thing for her or like a faith thing for her. Sounds more like a class thing because I would say the Drake concert. You're cool with everything he does.
Yeah.
You're cool with all those other artists, but to me it sounded more like that's low class for me. I'm not that low class, and it's like that's okay, fine, but that's not what I care about.
Yeah, right.
What I care about is the promotion of just sin.
Right.
Period.
Right.
As normalized, as okay, as because there's a lot of people coming to her defense saying, you know, she could want what she wants, she could do what she wants, she could have sex with who she wants, and it's like the attitude of nobody could do anything wrong if it's what they want. That's the real sin. I don't care if it's for women, men, whoever. That excuse of it's okay because they can do what they want, they own their own body, they could do this and that. That to me has been going on for a long time. So all of the people she mentioned, all the people you just mentioned, it's been bad. It's been over the line, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Ain't none of that okay. So a worse version of already over the line is just, what's the difference?
I think because you could find Trina in "Okay, Shut Up," and the lyrics weren't like Nan lyrics, right? You can find Eve in "We Gon' Make It," right? And it's not like
so you found
can find
enough
Lil'
acceptable
Kim
about them.
And you can find it. You can say, oh, this song might not be my flavor. I might not be able to rock with this, but that collaboration with this song or the,
but isn't that worse? Isn't that worse?
Not so much because every song is that way.
Isn't it? I would rather you be cold or hot and the lukewarm I spit out my mouth. Like isn't the mixture of kind of okay and kind of not okay worse than you just being blatantly not okay?
I think
so I know
what
to
we're
stay away from
dealing with is availability. The biggest problem is availability. Our kids will get to an age where this is what they have in front of them. This is the TikTok. This is the Instagram. We were shielded from that. We had to go and buy. We were shielded from that. We had to go buy the X-rated, the explicit version. Remember, you went to Walmart, you could get the clean version, right? You can't do that anymore. So we're now at the
You can't
situation.
literally do that still.
Huh?
You can do that.
What I'm saying is, you don't have to do that. Like, it wasn't available. The explicit version was not available to you on a stream, where it is now. Right?
Okay.
When I was back buying CDs, I think the worst CD I ever bought that had the worst lyrics on it was Mace's Harlem World. And it was just a
Because
couple.
he's just not good.
Oh no, he's great. He's amazing.
The worst lyrics.
No, because they had songs on there were like,
Bad
yo,
Boy was gross.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
super gross.
But what I'm saying is, like, I can listen to the other songs. You know what I'm saying? There was
That's
other
what I'm
songs.
saying.
I could skip those.
But isn't the mixture worse?
What?
Isn't the mixture of, if you can give somebody an excuse of, I could listen to them sometimes because sometimes they make God's plan. Isn't that worse?
Yes, it's worse because you're still not being. I told you the biggest issue with Christians is that they still are supporting everything that the world does. That's the biggest issue, and so you're listening to God's plan, but you're not moved. You haven't moved away from God's plan.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, to me, the artists that have more potential to harm my daughter's developing mind are the ones where half of the time it's okay and half of the time it's not okay. Because then how do you know when to say no or yes to whatever that person does?
And you just build a relationship with that person because you know in their artistry they made some good songs.
Yeah.
Whatever you could say, like R. Kelly, like, oh, he made some. Then you're like some question of decision or even music. You're like, I don't know if I could rock with that. But yeah, I can see what you're
You see what
saying.
I'm saying? Like, that to me, the mixture is a little more confusing. I know 100% no, you cannot buy Sexy Red. It's clear. But then when somebody comes out that's like a Chance the Rapper, where I got called by my aunt and said, did you hear about this Christian rapper, Chance the Rapper? It's confusing. You see what I'm saying?
Well, my take on it is you can't listen to any of it. That's my thing. In my household, we only listen to Christian music. We don't listen to none. Well, okay, all right.
Yep.
But what about
Backpedal.
Marvin Gaye. All right,
I was
we
going to
go
say
back.
that's
We go
secular.
back.
That's
Lil
secular
Jon.
versus carnal.
Wait, no, we don't.
About to say
But what I'm saying is,
Bruno
like,
Mars.
like the old school stuff had it in there, but it was like I was listening to some old school stuff. Like I'm listening to some Isley Brothers the other day, right?
It was
it's
bad.
there, but you didn't notice it because we didn't call the body.
You didn't notice it.
You didn't notice it because you didn't call the body language out. You see what I'm saying?
There was a lot of-
the body. I'm sorry, the body parts out. Like that's the part that's different. They're calling out the body parts, whereas you're alluding to the body parts in this situation.
The only difference is that they're just more crass. Like it's just more crass, but it's the same thing. It's the same
Snake
I
in
can
the
tell you
garden.
this.
It's not a surprise. It's a snake in the garden.
My parents have listened to the Isley Brothers around me for all of my life, but it wasn't until I got to like my late 30s when I was like, "Oh, that's what they mean by that."
So
Because it was almost kind of like you're just hearing the beat, the flow, and what people are involved in relationship. You don't really think that they're talking about the bedroom.
So I'll go with you guys and say that it is concerning that it continues to develop and get worse. What do you do about that? Give me some hope that my daughter is going to make it to her adulthood and not be tainted by all of the
Give
stuff
you
that's
some
out
hope?
there. Yeah, give me some hope.
Oh, I'm not joining that party because my thing is
Jerry?
my issue
I got
is
a granddaughter. I'm in the same boat you in, man.
my
Is
thing
it possible for my daughter to make it to adulthood without being corrupted?
Can I be honest?
You saying you're gonna tell me no?
I'm gonna tell you no.
I'm gonna tell you no.
I'm gonna tell you no.
Corrupted.
Because right now, my daughter does not know that my daughter's 10. My oldest is 10. She doesn't know she can have a cell phone. My wife is listening to this in the kitchen right now. She does know now. But she doesn't know she can have a cell phone. She doesn't know that TikTok exists. She doesn't know that Instagram is a thing. She doesn't know these things. We got a couple of more years before she comes home.
Figure it out.
Right. She doesn't know any. She doesn't even know about video games. She knows I have a VR headset and she can ride a roller coaster, but she don't know that there's a controller that can play video games.
Yeah.
So it's like there's things they don't know about now, but they'll know about it.
But
They'll-
is she in
they'll know
public
about
school?
She
Right.
is.
That's what.
She is. She is. But my daughter is not the type of person that does what everybody else does. She likes what she likes.
So I would say this. To answer my own question, no, it's not possible, but that's not necessarily what I want either, right? What I want for her to be able to do is know that stuff exists, make the choice to avoid it as much as possible, know why she needs to avoid it, not just because I said so, because her love for God. And because I don't want her to not know evil exists. Right. I want her to know evil exists and choose God. That's more important than just not knowing it exists, period, right? So, especially now,
this conversation's making me very uncomfortable.
Yeah. It's sad.
Wow.
But at some point, I'm not saying now, she's 4. But what I'm saying is in high school, that age, she's going to be exposed to things that I and my wife don't want her to know about. But I want her response to be, after building up in Christ, to say, I see you, I want that instead. That's the real victory, not that I'm going to shield her from every possible thing. So then when she finally has to go out, she's going to be defenseless.
Yeah,
I can tell you from my experience, I remember growing up watching Jerry Springer's, and my parents was like, they was like, you know what? You're going to have to write a paper. So every time we had to watch TV, we had to write about what we watch. And it was from that experience I realized, I don't want to live like this. The way these people are living, like, that's why I was able to process. I was like, yeah. So even for the hope is to, if they do hear lyrics or whatever, have them write about it and see what they're processing, and to be like, you know what, is this something I want, or is this something that's good?
What are you bobbing your head to?
Yeah.
What are you agreeing with?
That helped a lot.
I don't know, man. This is sad. I pray for the young lady, because obviously either this is who she is, or she is being like the young lady we listened to, she is being programmed by an industry to be planted to do this, to injure us. And if that's the case, I pray that she rejects that with all her might, no matter how much money they promise, no matter what. If they're programming you to be the worst version of a young lady to make money, get away from that. That's the devil himself.
I think my prayer too is, who would want to do that? Pray for the individual that thinks this is a good idea.
Yeah, but what I'm more concerned with is if this is who she really is and she's just expressing herself. God, please heal whatever it is that makes her think this is okay.
Yeah.
And anybody else that thinks this is okay. And anybody else who's being confused by whatever movements are out there to say that no matter what anybody envisions in their mind to do, it's okay for them because they want to do it. That's not true. That is a lie. There is a line, and this is way over it. It's wrong, period. So that's my, I care about her specifically. I want her to get out of this. I want her to stop doing this for her own safety, for her own soul. But for the people listening, it is clear that this is wrong, period.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back into it. You in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.